All right. Getting started right on time today. I like that for us. Thanks for being here. Thanks for paying attention. I had a lot of good conversations yesterday, actually, with some agents on my team and agents that are out in the field doing the dirty work. So thanks for sharing just a lot of your stories with me right now. I know there's it's hard. It's probably the hardest it's been in the 30 years I've been doing this because there's just so much information out there and it's hard to make sense of what the right thing to do is. So let's talk about what I think is a real critical piece of a person's business is what I call your pipeline. And it's something I just came up with. I didn't invent the word pipeline, right? I just came up with this strategy around pipeline as I was just coming up through the ranks over the years. Because as you know, I started with 27 people on a piece of paper right out of college, which I didn't actually finish college, just so you know. Got out of college and it was mostly like friends and my family, right? And so I had to work on building up a pipeline of people with whom to do business. Now, when you get into real estate, most of you are doing this because you want to make some money, you want to get some income, you want to do better than just average, right? You want to have a good life, right? You want to build a business that you're proud of, a business that you love, so that you can live a life that you deserve to have. I'm going to put a couple of pieces of framework just to kind of put around that, and then we're going to talk about what this pipeline is. Okay, the thing that I talk with all the time is that one thing is that you get compensated directly by the problem that you solve, times how many times you do it, right? So the question I ask many people, because we run into this, is like, whose problem are you solving? Are you solving a customer's problem, or are you just trying to solve your problem? Because there's a difference that a consumer feels or a customer feels when they interact with you or transact with you. They know if you're working to solve their problem or if you're working to solve your problem. If you're working to solve your problem, it's transactional. If you're working to solve their problem, it's consultative and it's exponential growth. Okay. So you choose how you want to do it. I know which way has been successful for me and for the people in our organization. And so just have that in mind. The second thing is you've got to decide like what you want your outcome to be, right? If you want to be a gazillionaire or you want to just dominate, you have to recognize that you're talking about being, in 1% or less of the population of people that are alive. Okay. So if you want to be in that 1%, then what activities do you think you need to do? You need to do 1% activities, right? Or 0.5% activities or 1/4% activities. So it's super uncommon behavior for a super uncommon amount of time in order to achieve those results. That's just the way it is. So just get right with that. Okay. Now, once you've decided, and you'll take some time, and if you're like me, you might change your mind about what you want 100 times a day. Okay. That's fine. But you got to realize at some point you have to build and so now we're going to talk about pipeline. You want to build a business that you're proud of, which means it's consistent. It gives you cash to pay your bills, go on trips, pay for school, clothes, food, build up retirement, all the stuff, all the reasons people get into business for themselves. I think it's live. Okay. Yeah. Um, we're having a good time with technology right now. So you get right. You have to decide you're getting into business for yourself because real estate's low barrier to entry, and the only really limiting factors are the ones that you put on yourself in real estate. You can literally help as many people as possible, buy and sell houses, right? Okay, so you get a pipeline, right? And your job so I've got all that out of the way. So let's talk about the pipeline finally. Okay, the pipeline in our organization, you have to have 5 people in your pipeline. And when you first get started, you want to get 5 people, okay, to have some kind of conversations with you about real estate. And as you evolve your skills and you add people to your leads database or your CRM or your piece of paper, Rolodex, whatever you want to call it, then you're going to start having people bubble up whose motivation is shorter than other people. And a good goal to have is get 5 people that want to do something in the next 0 to 30 days. Okay. To me, and what I have seen is if you constantly have a group of people, 5 people that want to do something inside of the next 30 days, you're going to get 2 deals a month closing. And if you have 2 deals a month closing, you have a pretty good foundation for business, especially if you're starting out. Now, I've seen people blow this out of the water. I've seen people totally blow it, right? The goal for anybody getting into this is you want to focus on who are your top 5. So you get started, you've got your top 5, and it's you know, people have different kinds of motivation. And people will pop in, pop out. They're moving here, they're not moving here, they're getting a divorce, they're not getting a divorce, whatever, right? It changes all the time. So you have to be in conversation with them constantly. Now, if you're like me, I literally almost every day will write down the top 5 people in my world that I need to talk to to help them solve whatever problem, or if they can help me solve a problem, right? I still write them down. You probably should do that too until you get some kind of system that you're used to. Okay. So you have your top 5. And what's cool is that over time is that your top 5 will go from 0 to 30 days down to 0 to 15 days, right? You'll get a database big enough. You'll have enough leads that you're talking to and you're nurturing and you're following up with and you're checking in on to make sure that the motivation still matches the market and you can help them, you can bring them a solution, right? And over time, if you do that enough, open houses, team leads, whatever, however you want to do it, buy leads, I don't care, right? You're going to end up with a big enough database for yourself that goes from 0 to 30 days to 0 to 15 days, and then down to 0 to 7 days, and your funnel just gets tighter and tighter and tighter. And what's great is it tells you exactly where you need to be spending your time. Okay, it tells you exactly where you need to be spending your time. It also tells you who do you need to hire next, or who do you need to go get to help you next, to help you get through what you need to get through. Right. So if you have 5 people, 0 to 7 days ago do something, you need a showing assistant, you need probably an administrative assistant. Like, you need a lot of help to get through that so that you can continue to provide a high level of service. Okay. Okay. So you guys are probably already doing this every day. Write down your 5 people every single day that are the most important people in your world. And let's just say you're getting started and you've got 5 people, but they're, we're having a hard time getting them in the car, or like they're signing a listing agreement tomorrow, or we're going to do it next week, right? Whatever it is, pick one. Pick one that you think is the most motivated, or the one that you think you can help the fastest and it matches their expectations and needs. And then just drop everything else and go help them. And you will see that as you start to move people through your pipeline, other people will start to come with it. It's just, I don't know what you call it, the universe, God, whatever. That's just how it works. Okay. I mean, there's some funny natural things you could say about the human body that's pretty similar to also. But you're literally like, you're just moving the thing out of the way so that you can get your pipeline moving. And as your pipeline moves, then you open up more space for people to come into your world. All right. So just focus on your pipeline. It's the most beautiful, simplest piece of business strategy, foundational strategy that I can give you, probably for any kind of high service business like this. Who are your top 5? We have conversations every week about this, on who are your top 5, right? And we have conversations with everybody in our organization around your priorities. What are you doing to help them? And then what are you doing to replace if somebody drops in or out? And then who's next? That's it. We do happen to have, there are some certain questions you can ask people to help you understand what their motivation is. If you'd like that list, just DM me and I'll send it over to you. It's not complicated, but the more we have found, the more that we practice asking questions and coming from curiosity and helping them solve their problem, not trying to solve our problems, solve their problems. And there's some simple questions you can ask that will help move things along. So highly recommend it. Just drop me a DM. I have some fun announcements coming up here probably in the next few days that you're not going to want to miss. So thanks for being here. I hope this was helpful. Do great work. And remember, you got in this business so that you could build a business you love, so you can have a life that you deserve. All right. Remember that. Go serve. Go do things at a high level.